Hello, everybody,
and welcome to Atheist Sunday School, your one-stop shop for everything Atheist Sunday and school. I hope that you all enjoyed the special that we had last time.
Yes, I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Even though my audio was non-existent.
And we are going to draw for the winner.
Yes, we absolutely are.
But that's going to be after our usual announcements 100-point show.
Yes, so 100-point show first?
Well, yeah, as usual.
All right, then. Okay. I have a question for today, actually.
Okay, you have a question.
Yes. What is the name of the lieutenant who killed Blackbeard?
The name of the lieutenant who killed Blackbeard.
Yeah. You can just give me a last name. That works too. Because I forgot his first name today. So.
Buckley.
No, I'm sorry. The correct answer is Robert Maynard.
Maynard.
Yeah.
Well, he was a bitch.
Yeah, I agree. He was a bitch.
Why are we hearing our audio?
I'm listening to it on my phone.
Chris is making sure it's fine, yeah.
Oh, okay.
It is fine.
Good,
well,
good.
I don't get the points then, but...
No points for you.
I definitely have a question for you. Let me just think of what it is.
This has so far been the greatest question you've ever asked.
What level does Suicune learn Blizzard? Who cares?
What are the last names of at least 10 of the people involved in the Manhattan Project?
I have no fucking idea. I can't name 10, so that's not going to happen.
You know, it's 10 points for each one of them.
What?
I can't even name one.
I can't name one.
Einstein.
Okay.
That's one.
Okay.
There's more.
All right, then. Well...
Let's do the drawing.
Yeah, let's do the drawing. Okay.
All right, we have 7 people watching, so
that's
hopefully everyone's here who commented on the video last time.
And for if you are missing this episode, whoever wins this, I will pin the winning comment and respond to it. So hopefully they'll get a notification.
All right.
Yeah. All right. So if you have noticed, I have been shuffling these index cards here.
Ooh, what's he gonna draw?
I'm not gonna draw anything. You are.
Oh.
We have all the names written down of people that commented.
Wow.
Just take the top one.
I had to cut the
deck.
You
had to cut okay, you had to cut it. All right.
Yeah.
Who is it?
Slavic B.
All right. Great. So, Slavic B, you win.
Here, give me that card. I'll make a title.
Okay. You win a t-shirt.
Yep. Congratulations. And what t-shirt is Slavic going to receive?
Well, we recently started our Unforgivable campaign.
Oh, that's correct. The Unforgivable shirt.
Yeah. So it says, I am unforgivable on it, and then it also quotes the verses that in which it says that, blasphemy against the Holy Spirit is unforgivable. The one unforgivable sin.
Put it in the middle of the screen. Just
All
say
right.
Slavic B, you've won.
Fantastic. Slavic B, you have won the shirt.
Yep.
Yep, I will pin that comment.
You won the shirt.
Yes.
Now, what's happening in the background here today?
Oh, this today, since we are covering the crossing of the Jordan, in the background we have Joshua crossing the Jordan with the Ark of the Covenant.
All right, and we're entering into Joshua. Finally, we have completed the Torah, and we will definitely be doing a full review of the Torah as a book.
Yeah.
A book review that you can look forward to. That rhymed. And it'll be great. But for now, we're entering into the second of the 3 scrolls involved in the Old Testament, Jewish Old Testament. And I may be incorrect in saying this, but I believe that there are differences between the order of the books in the Jewish canon.
At this point, I don't think so, but later, I do think so.
Right, not at this
Yeah,
point.
later it's definitely a different order. Yeah. Right, the Unforgivable t-shirts.
The Unforgivable
Yeah.
t-shirts.
You can find a link or you can find them on our Teespring. The link is in the description. I think they're great. I think it's a great campaign.
Yep.
And if you get a shirt and post a fucking selfie online, I don't know what the kids do these days. So if you post a selfie online
a
with
Snapchat.
a Snapchat and
not a tweet.
an Instagram.
Yeah.
That shit. So if you guys do that, make sure to just do #Unforgivable. I'm sending one to David for winning the contest. I'm going to send one to Slavic B for winning that contest. And I was talking to Aaron, and I'm going to send him one so he can wear it in one of his Pratt videos.
All right.
Yeah.
That's
like,
cool.
Yeah, so that's like a series he has. So I think it's a pretty cool shirt. They come in plenty of different colors. So you guys can definitely go check that out.
Definitely. Well, without any further ado, we're going to be getting into...
What are you doing? Oh, is it not good?
It's terrible.
Oh, jeez,
okay.
compadre, what have you
I
done?
didn't. It's what
I
someone didn't do.
So, anyways, this is the second scroll
Okay, we're good.
of the Jewish canon.
Yes.
And it covers how many books?
What is this? The writings? No, this is the prophets. This is the prophets, I think. And I think it covers definitely the Deuteronomistic history. And then I think there's some other stuff, but I'm not quite sure how many books.
All right, I'm going to Google really quick 3
what?
Jewish scrolls.
Okay, you go ahead and do that. So
The Elder Scrolls.
the Jewish Elder Scrolls. So since we are doing, I actually wanted to leave the the fall of Jericho for next week. So I am. Oh, and there's a cool story in this one too about the sun standing still. So yes, today we are going over the crossing of the Jordan and some other shit. You know what I actually found? I have a book called Unfolding the Deuteronomistic History. And I totally forgot that I had it.
Yeah.
And it's a very in-depth breakdown of what comes from where and how we know. Totally forgot I had that.
So, the Tanakh consists of 24 books.
Okay.
Tanakh is an acronym of the first Hebrew letter of each of the Masoretic text's 3 traditional subdivisions. Torah, or teaching, also known as the 5 books of Moses. Nevi'im, prophets, and Ketuvim, writings. Hence, Tanakh.
Okay.
Well, isn't that interesting?
That is interesting. But of course, the Old Testament is longer than that. It is longer than those 24 books.
Right, in the Christian tradition. Right.
It's always really shady. Like, it's unclear, at least the stuff that I've read on it, when it says, like, Hebrew Bible, is it referring to the 24? Or is it referring to just the Old Testament?
Because this one...
Or maybe the Tanakh is like part of the Hebrew Bible, and then there's some other stuff stamped on, and then the Hebrew Bible is the Old Testament, like in its completion. I'm unclear on that. What you're looking for there? No, he's counting how many books there are in this Hebrew scriptures thing.
So this is a lot, actually.
I see that.
Yeah. I don't
How
think
many
that's
is it?
24, right? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 on this side alone.
All right, and then 19 on the other side.
Or 20, because this space is used for the 12.
Oh, okay.
Denotes.
Sure.
Right.
So 39. Okay. All right. So yeah, that just sounds like an Old Testament. Just sounds like a regular Protestant Old Testament.
So, after the Tanakh, there's got to be a different categorization.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that is off the top of my head.
Well, we'll have to figure it out.
Yeah, definitely. Okay. So let's get started with the Book of Joshua.
I'm just looking at this chat that you have in the corner of the screen.
Yeah.
Free-spirited, free thinkers, NSFW chat.
Yeah.
That's very interesting.
Yeah.
All right.
It is. It is incredibly interesting.
Well, then I'll start reading the Book of Joshua. I've got the King James Version of the Bible.
I have the English Standard Version.
And we have the Holy Scriptures from the Masoretic text. And we have...
A New King James.
A New King James.
Yeah.
And the Old Testament Survey, Oxford Companion to the Bible. And unfortunately, you forgot to bring Who Wrote the Bible, because it would be useful to...
It wouldn't be useful anymore.
It wouldn't?
No.
No, we have nothing on...
Because we've already covered the Torah, and that book only covers the Torah.
Really? It only covers the Torah?
I know.
Wow, that sucks. It had so many charts in it. I thought it must have covered.
It ends with the Torah.
Damn. Yes, the Mishnah, the Talmud, Midrash.
The Midrash, yeah.
We will get to those.
You know what was really weird? When I was signing up for classes, I was looking at their class list, and New Testament studies, or like Introduction to the New Testament, was under Hebrew studies. And I'm like, that's really weird, because the New Testament was written in Greek. Why is it under Hebrew studies?
Yeah.
I mean, the guy I was talking to, my advisor, he had like no fucking idea. He didn't even fucking know that it was written in Greek, and he told me like just a few minutes before that he was a good Christian that always goes to church. So I was like, okay, that's embarrassing, but all right.
Wow.
So I have no idea why it's under Hebrew studies, but apparently that's a thing.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
I guess that's how they get away with just not calling it religion studies. But they have religious studies.
They do.
So why would they do that?
I have no idea.
Well, maybe they are addressing...
It's called Introduction to the New Testament. That would necessarily be Greek.
Yes, it would.
It's not about like the influence of Judaism on Christianity in the New Testament.
Right.
It's Introduction to the New Testament.
Right.
So...
Well, maybe it's... Who would need an introduction to that? Jewish people.
Jewish people. Absolutely.
Maybe it's a Christian plant, right? Anyways, the book of Joshua. I'm not gonna call him Yoshua.
Yeah, you shouldn't. Just
I'm not.
We're gonna go by the English names. Hebrew language or culture. I don't know if it's Hebrew language or culture, but it's just under Hebrew studies.
Oh, what
so it's
classes
probably both.
are you taking, by the way?
I'm just I'm just gonna be going part time. I'm gonna be doing just get my gen ed out of the way, just English like 101, and then I probably have to take an English 102 course to get into some of the higher level like biblical studies stuff. So aside from English, I'm also taking just classical mythology.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Yeah. And apparently I still have the 3 credits from my philosophy course when I went there for a semester. So
wow.
That helps. Yeah.
Isn't philosophy great?
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, it saves you.
It's the only course I enjoyed when I went there, but
yeah. So I guess I'll begin then. Now, after the death of...
Wait, hold on. We have, since this is a new book, we have an introduction.
We have an introduction, that's right!
Yes, my book comes with introductions on this stuff. The 5 books of Moses anticipated the fulfillment of God's promise to Abraham regarding the promised land. First of all, they didn't anticipate shit. They were constructed from the stuff that had already happened.
Yeah.
Now, either about 1400 or 1220 BC, through a string of military victories under Joshua, Israel conquered the land and divided it among the 12 tribes. In these battles, it became evident that God fights for his people when they are strong and courageous and put their full trust in him. Although, when we were reading Deuteronomy 28, he made it very clear that he had no problem fucking them in the ass.
Well, 1200 BC. That gives us a time frame that we can actually look at.
Yeah.
Right? Is there any evidence for Joshua?
Not directly, I don't think. But yeah, but there, like, at that time, at that time, there really weren't many, like, at least from an archaeological perspective, we can't really.
He
just
goes
see
to
evidence
war.
of, like,
there has to be evidence of.
Yeah,
some
we
kind of...
see evidence of, like, random battles and, like, some fires and stuff, but it's not like it's nowhere near how it's described in the book of Joshua or in the rest of the history. Like, it's just nowhere near described.
So really, if they're referring to any kind of historical events, it's like...
It would be like an invasion of a land.
Right.
And...
It's hyperbolic.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah.
Oh... Did you finish your
No, I haven't.
intro?
At the close of the book, Joshua charges the people to remain faithful to God and obey his commands, and the people agreed to do so. As for me and my house, said Joshua, we will serve the Lord. Although anonymous, the book appears to contain eyewitness testimony, some of which may have been written by Joshua himself. No, that's just false. Let's get that out of the way. Okay, but now we can start.
Who wrote the book of Joshua, Lawrence?
That would have been a Deuteronomist. So it would have it was probably like the same school, maybe, or the same person even, who wrote a good chunk of Deuteronomy. But remember, there are later redactions. Right. So it kind of spans. But if we're talking about like an original, quote unquote, book of Joshua, that would have been written by someone that we would call D. Mm-hmm. Even if it was multiple people. All right. But these were written...
so we're surrounded by Ds.
Yeah. This was written during the time or after Josiah's reforms. Oh. So it is just them like going back and creating the story for themselves. So while some of it may be historical, it's clearly hyperbolic, and we don't have, like, this was written hundreds of years after this was supposedly supposed to happen. Right. So we don't have the necessary evidence for any of it, really. Wow. It's just very, very scant. Wow. Yeah. So now, since I am done with the introduction.
Without further ado, I'll start us off with the book of Joshua. Yep. Which is the first book of the prophets. Wow. Now, after the death of Moses, the servant of the Lord, it came to pass that the Lord spake unto Joshua, the son of Nun, Moses' minister, saying, Moses, my servant, is dead. Now, therefore, arise, go over this Jordan, thou and all this people, unto the land which I do give to them, even unto the children of Israel. Every place that the sole of your foot shall tread upon, that have I given to you, as I said unto Moses. Did he say that unto Moses?
I don't remember that exactly. He might have.
I guess. Maybe. Somewhere. From the wilderness and this Lebanon, even unto the great river, the river Euphrates, all the land of the Hittites, and unto the great sea toward the going down of the sun, shall be your coast. Remember, the earth is flat. Is that what they mean here?
No, I don't think that's what they mean here. They're just going to own a bunch of land until their days are done, I guess.
Okay, so, I mean, the sun's in the west when the day is over, which is...
They're just going to own basically all of the...
everything east of the Mediterranean Sea.
Yeah, or a good portion of it.
Yeah.
So it's talking about Euphrates and probably the Mediterranean. That's probably going to be... what's that called, that area? Just the Near East.
Right.
Let's go with that, the Near East.
So, that's a lot of shit.
That is a lot of shit.
But do they support a flat Earth in the Bible?
You know, an argument can be made both ways.
Really?
Yeah, I've seen people like, oh my god, I can't believe I'm going to say this. People like Ken Hovind to be like, it clearly teaches the Earth is round, but then
people like the Flat Earth Society might.
Well, yeah, those guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, they they're like, no, it clearly says it's flat. So it's it could be argued both ways.
Yep. All right. There shall not be any man be able to stand before thee all the days of thy life. As I was with Moses, so I will be with thee. I will not fail thee nor forsake thee. So
what a fucking lie. What a fucking liar. We already know that God pisses all over these people.
Right. And he says he'll be with him as he was with Moses. Well, that's a direct promise from God to appear face to face with Joshua, which obviously never happens, right?
Well, if we're talking about how it ought to be interpreted, well, we haven't actually seen face to face here exactly, but it does say that just as I was with Moses. So if Moses was talking, and we kind of discussed this in the last episode, but if Moses, well, Moses didn't exist, but if somebody was actually seeing the face of God, it would have been an actual statue.
Mm-hmm.
So he would have been allowed to go into the temple and see the statue, I guess.
See, I don't interpret that at all within the narrative.
Well, within the narrative, absolutely
the narrative,
not.
Obviously.
I'm talking about the historical context of this.
Right.
But within the narrative, yes, it should be face-to-face.
Right. But, as it's stated in Deuteronomy, or even earlier,
you're talking about the veil?
Moses met with God face-to-face, which hasn't been done even to this day. Right?
Right.
They specifically point this out. And now God promises Joshua, basically, that he will meet.
Right, if he's going to meet with him the same way, yeah.
Right.
But we'll see.
Right. As I was with Moses, so I will be with thee. I will not fail thee nor forsake thee. Be strong and of good courage. For unto this people shalt thou divide for an inheritance the land, which I swear unto their fathers to give to them. Only be thou strong and very courageous, that thou mayest observe to do according to all the law, which Moses my servant commanded thee. Turn not from it to the right hand or to the left, that thou mayest prosper whithersoever thou goest. This book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night, that thou mayest observe to do according to all that is written therein. For then thou shalt make thy way prosperous, and then thou shalt have good success. So if you meditate all day and all night for your entire life on the Bible, you will prosper and have success.
Probably.
Because obviously they were disobeying they were getting destroyed a lot, so they were like, okay, we're obviously not worshiping the right God, and if we are, we're not worshiping him properly. So
Yeah.
just complete subservience.
Yeah. Have I not commanded thee? Be strong and of a good courage. Be not afraid, neither be thou dismayed. For, ooh, that's a good rhyme. Be not afraid, neither be thou dismayed.
I have frightened.
Oh, yours sucks. For the Lord thy God is with thee whithersoever thou goest. Then Joshua commanded the officers of the people, saying, Pass through the host, and command the people. What?
I have passed through the midst of the camp.
So he talks to the officers, and he says to command the people. Okay. Saying, Prepare you victuals, for within 3 days you shall pass over this Jordan, to go in to possess the land which the Lord your God giveth you to possess it. So, prepare. We're going to battle.
We're going to battle, guys.
Oh, man. It's happening. They just kind of unceremoniously switch over to Joshua being in charge, too. Like, God appears to Joshua, and it's basically like you're in charge. But imagine you're just like one of the people of Israel.
And then Joshua comes up and says, hey, God told me I'm in charge.
Yeah. Well, I mean...
You're supposed to believe the guy?
Moses...
I came out of the back room and said that.
I mean, Moses says that his authority passes to Joshua, right? But obviously that's something that Joshua wrote, right? Because Joshua would not be... I mean, you know what I mean, right? He's gonna die. He can't record his own death. Someone else has to record his death. Why not add in a little thing back there that says you're in charge now?
Yeah.
Right?
Seems like it would be a good ploy.
I mean, he meditates on this book every day and every night.
Well, see, we're going to go into more of the story of Joshua, but after reading through this, I don't think he's going to have time for all that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, maybe he does it anyway. Like, I don't know. Do terrorists have time to do their 5 daily prayers?
Maybe. Probably.
They should. They're, like, hardcore into their religion.
Yeah, that's like all they do is terrorize and pray.
Yeah. Basically, like all religious people.
Oh, got him.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Where was I? He talks to the officers, and they're going to battle. And to the Reubenites and to the Gadites and half the tribe of Manasseh,
the half-tribe,
spake Joshua, saying, Remember the word which Moses, the servant of the Lord, commanded you, saying, The Lord your God hath given you rest, and hath given you this land. Your wives, your little ones, and your cattle shall remain in the land which Moses gave you on this side Jordan. But ye shall pass before your brethren armed, and all the mighty men of valor, and help them. Why would they need help? They're mighty men of valor.
Yes, but they would be more mighty and... Wait, what's the
Wouldn't they be less valorous if there are more people helping them?
Yeah,
like if you have a huge army, and you're going against a small tribe, then there's not much valor in that.
Yeah. You need to go in alone, guns blazing.
Yeah. New conspiracy. Joshua killed Moses. I believe it.
Me too. The book says it, I believe it.
The book implies it.
The book implies it. If the book implies it, I believe it. That's so vague.
Yeah.
So, I think it's Kent Hovind who always says shit like, God said it, I believe it. And it's like, but why are you assuming God said it? Because the book tells you God said it.
You know.
Right, you know.
Judeo-Christianity, as far as combat is concerned, literally categorizes children, women, and cattle as equal. They're all equally useful in the battlefield. Maybe the cattle a little more so.
'Cause food.
Yeah. But if the cow's food, then... Oh, no.
Oh, no.
No, no. Implied by the Bible. Anyways, so he's already, like, quoting Moses. Moses doesn't quote Abraham or any of that shit.
I don't recall him quoting Abraham.
Yeah, now we're getting into...
I recall him, like, talking about Abraham.
Well, now we're getting into, like, the Hillary Clinton strategy, right? If you don't agree with what I say, you're standing against Obama, right? She said that in a debate, Lawrence.
Did she?
Yeah, in a presidential debate. She said, well, my position is very similar to Obama's position, and he's the president of the United States. So if you don't stand by what I say, you're standing against the president.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
So Joshua is basically doing this here.
Yeah.
Already. Wow, what a bitch. He can't even, like, deliver his own words. He has to be a mouthpiece for Moses.
And God.
And God. I mean...
Because God can't talk to the people anymore.
Oh,
like
yeah. God's like, fuck that. I'm not talking to those guys. They're jerks.
All they do is not worship me the way I want them to.
Yeah. Until the Lord have given your brethren rest, as he hath given you, and they also have possessed the land which the Lord your God giveth them, then you shall return unto the land of your possession, and enjoy it, which Moses the Lord's servant gave you on this side Jordan toward the sun rising. That's how they say east. And they answered Joshua, saying, all that thou commandest us we will do, and whithersoever thou sendest us we will go, according as we hearkened unto Moses in all things. So will we hearken unto thee. Only the Lord thy God be with thee, as he was with Moses. Whosoever he be that doth rebel against thy commandment, and will not hearken unto the words in all that thou commandest him, he shall be put to death. Only be strong and of a good courage. This is the most insane political system I've ever seen.
It is.
Anyone who disagrees with you will be put to death.
Yeah, it's really fucked up.
All right.
Thanks.
That's the end of Joshua 1. It literally... Okay, Joshua comes in. He steals control of the people of Israel.
Yes.
And he starts commanding them.
And he told them that God gave him the power.
Yep, God
got
gave
the power.
Don't do that. You'll get us demonetized. Not because it's copywritten, right. Just because it's so bad. But he came in, he established himself as leader, now he's giving orders, and he says, well, other people say, apparently, that they will put anyone to death who
disagrees with him. Or who doesn't do what he says, basically.
Right.
Yeah.
But obviously, that's not what anyone would say.
They would never say that. Who would ever say that?
No one would ever say that.
If any one of us disagrees with you, we'll kill that guy.
Yeah.
That's it, Lawrence. This is the first time I've ever disagreed with you. Time to die with this pen I found. Here you go.
Thanks.
No problem. I don't really...
You don't know where that pen's been.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't.
Neither do I.
Oh. Oh, no. Anyways, that's the end of the first chapter of Joshua, and I'm going to grab a drink.
Can you get me a drink?
Wait, did you guys get more Mountain Dew?
No, yeah, I got 2 kinds.
Okay.
Do you want a throwback or a normal one?
Give me a throwback.
I also want a throwback, but we might be out of time.
I was not here for a few days, and they buy soda and drink it all. Fucking savages.
I have an unopened container of Mountain Dew.
Yeah. All right, so then we can get into Joshua chapter 2 after.
Yeah, chapter 2 of Joshua.
After Reuben.
Chris, I'm putting
drops
your
this
can right here.
What? No, where'd you put it?
On the floor.
Ephesians.
So
wait,
it
hold on.
won't be in the way of the camera.
Hold on. Ephesians 6:5 is often parroted around by Christians that are embarrassed by Old Testament slavery. I forget exactly what Ephesians 6:5 is, but I know Ephesians is a forged book. If you want proof of that, well, we have a Forged Fiction episode on it.
Yep, Forged Fiction is a series created by Lawrence here where he covers why most of the crap in the Bible was not written by who it's supposed to be written by.
Yeah. It's definitely a really good amount of it, too.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, most of it. So
this Joshua guy, what do you have to say about him? Do you like him so far?
I don't like him so far.
Aw,
Oh,
man.
well, maybe that'll change as we read your chapter.
All right, then. And Joshua, the son of Nun, sent 2 men. Wait, hold on. Oh, this is just a stupid... Okay. So they have here, and Joshua, the son of Nun, sent 2 men, but it's got a little footnote by sent. And it said, or had sent. It's like, that really doesn't change the meaning, but okay.
Wow.
Had sent 2 men secretly from Shittim as spies, saying, go, view the land, especially Jericho. And they went and came into the house of a prostitute whose name was Rahab and lodged there. So
Mine says a harlot's house.
but I like a harlot's house better.
Yeah.
Okay, so I just want to point out something.
Antisocial Socialist has picked up the Crestus app.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It is a really good app. And I think it's free, Reese. At least the one I have is free. I don't know if they're making you pay for it now.
Oh.
But it is a really good app. It's really fantastic.
Yep.
But I just want to point this out. So these people supposedly had not been in the land, but they know the city of Jericho by name.
Mm-hmm.
They know exactly what they're targeting.
Mm-hmm.
Does that sound like people who haven't been to this place before?
Yes.
It does?
Well,
Or haven't, maybe they wouldn't have known which one it was just by looking at it.
well,
It does.
you got to keep in mind that they brought
Like
up a
now
whole
we have
bunch of
fucking
cities.
satellites and shit, so we can see what other places look like. But they didn't have that.
Subject index, right?
Okay.
This is, wow, it's really useful, actually. Whoa.
What are you looking at? What are you trying
I'm
to
gonna
find?
find Jericho and see if they bring it up in Genesis, because that would give them some context as to what they're talking about.
That's a good point.
All right.
Um,
Wait, Crestus is really? It costs something? Oh shit. Okay. Whoops. I have no idea how I got away with that, but or maybe I did pay for it and forgot.
You know the guy that made the fucking app.
I do, but that doesn't matter.
Yeah, you got it for free.
No, I didn't get it from him. I got it from the fucking Google Play Store.
It was free for a while.
It might have been. I don't fucking know.
oh,
I don't
wow,
remember.
Jericho really isn't in this index.
All right. Well,
They have, look at all this jealousy. Kinds of.
kinds of
They're their own kinds.
Now, listen to this.
kinds of jealousy.
Brotherly, divine, economic, godly, as opposed to divine, kingly, marital, moral, question mark. It really has a question mark. Motherly, national, and sectional jealousy.
Sectional.
Sectional, which is covered in 2 Samuel 1941.
We'll get to it.
Yeah, we'll get to it.
All right. Where the fuck was I? All right. And it was told to the king of Jericho, Behold!
Behold!
Men of Israel have come here tonight to search out the land. Then the king of Jericho sent to Rahab, saying, Bring out the men who have come to you, who entered your house, for they have come to search out all the land. But the woman had taken the 2 men and hidden them. And she said, True, the men came to me, but I did not know where they were from. And when the gate was about to be closed at dark, the men went out. I do not know where the men went. Pursue them quickly, for you will overtake them. But she had brought them up to the roof and had hid them with the stalks of flax that she had laid in order on the roof. So the men pursued after them on the way to the Jordan as far as the fords.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mine says the Fords. Apparently, there's a nice automobile factory out there.
Yeah, a good one. A nice, really ahead of its time.
Way out of place.
And the gate was shut as soon as the pursuers had gone out. Before the men lay down, she came up to them on the roof and said to the men, I know that the Lord has given you the land, and that the fear of you has fallen upon us, and that all the inhabitants of the land melt away before you. So really, it's just kind of pushing this whole like, they're weak at the get-go. They're afraid of you kind of shit.
Yeah.
For we have heard how the Lord dried up the water of the Red Sea before you when you came out of Egypt, and what you did to the 2 kings of the Amorites who were beyond the Jordan, to Sihon and Og, whom you devoted to destruction. And
wait, is that what happens? They dried the water of the Red Sea.
As I remember it,
He
parted it. Yeah, I don't remember him drying any water.
I don't remember any of that shit.
I remember putting blood in the water.
He turned the water into blood.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you just put it in the water, guys.
And then he parted the water. They didn't dry it.
Nah, he dried it.
They heard a bunch of bullshit.
You
And
guys are wrong.
Telephone game.
Yeah.
look, this prostitute has no idea what she's talking about.
And as soon as we heard it, our hearts melted, and there was no spirit left in any man because of you. For the Lord your God, he is God in the heavens above and on the earth beneath. Now then, please swear to me by the Lord that... Wait, what? Now then, please swear to me by the Lord that, as I have dealt kindly with you, you will also deal kindly with my father's house, and give me a sure sign that you will save alive my father and mother, my brothers and sisters, and all who belong to them, and deliver our lives from death. And all who belong to them. Does that mean all their slaves?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. And the men said to her, our life for yours, even to death. Okay. If you do not tell the business of ours, then when the Lord gives us the land, we will deal kindly and faithfully with you. Then she let them down by a rope through the window, for her house was built into the city wall, so that she lived in the wall. Okay, I guess that's a thing. That
Yeah, you could do that.
Yeah.
They still do that today in Israel. They have like shit stacked on top of other houses. There's like houses.
But like
stacked on
in the city walls?
Yeah.
Putting your house into a city wall is pretty rare.
Well, basically, I mean, I was in places where like they have a road, right, and it goes down in elevation,
Okay.
and then there's like buildings underneath the road.
Okay.
So like it's basically a city wall.
All right, fine, whatever. Okay. And she said to them, go into the hills, or the pursuers will encounter you, and hide there 3 days until the pursuers have returned. Then afterward you may go your way. The men said to her, we will be guiltless with respect to this oath of yours that you have made us swear. Behold!
Behold!
When we come into the land, you shall tie this scarlet cord into the window through which you have let us down, and you shall gather into your house your father and mother, your brothers, and all your father's household. Then, if anyone goes out of the doors of your house into the street, his blood shall be on his own head, and we shall be guiltless. But if a hand is laid on anyone who is with you in the house, his blood shall be on our head. But if you tell this business of ours, then we shall be guiltless with respect to your oath that you have made us swear. And she said, according to your words, so be it. Then she sent them away, and they departed. And she tied the scarlet cord in the window. So this is kind of like a Paul Revere type thing, with the one if by land, two if by sea,
and three if by air.
Well, first you establish.
No. Okay, so
I'm kidding.
for any drunken peasants fans, it's one if by land, two if by sea, three is for the manatee.
So Brett Keane?
Yeah, Brett Keane.
Very good.
So, they have a little deal with this woman.
So, if someone's in your house and they die, then it's your fault.
No, if somebody kills, like if one of the Israelites kills one of this woman's family, if they're in the house, then it's the Israelites' fault.
Okay.
But they are completely guiltless, blameless, if their family member is just out in the street, with the rest of the people getting killed.
Well, I mean, it's nice that they give them the opportunity to not die, but they're really not supposed to, right?
Yeah, they're really not. What was it? Kill every single person or something like that?
Did you guys make UB Cisco's thing on a Ford?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, they gave a real answer.
Yeah, I saw that.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Good answer.
Well, anyways,
All right, well, let's continue here. They departed and went into the hills and remained there 3 days until the pursuers returned. And the pursuers searched all along the way and found nothing. Then the two men returned. They came down from the hills and passed over and came to Joshua the son of Nun, and they told him all that had happened to them. And they said to Joshua, truly, the Lord has given all this land into our hands, and also all the inhabitants of the land melt away because of us.
this is ridiculous.
Yeah.
This is like a propaganda piece.
It is a propaganda piece.
No, I mean, like,
exactly
this
what it
is
is.
the most direct propaganda piece I've ever seen.
Well, this is the stereotype of the propaganda piece. This is the
The
platonic
archetype.
form.
Yes, the platonic form of the, wow, that's terrible.
Now on Teespring.
Well, I guess we're in chapter 3
Oh
now.
yeah, we still do have
but
platonic form t-shirts on
yeah,
our
we
Teespring.
do. We do have platonic form t-shirt, the platonic form of
the
shirt.
t-shirt, of the shirt.
Anyways, if you're enjoying the stream so far, give it a like, share it around with all your friends,
Yeah,
family,
I see 13 people watching right now. There should be 13 likes on this video.
There should definitely
Yeah.
be
Four.
only 4
Only
likes on the
4?
video.
Yeah, I know.
We
I
need
was
to
looking.
pump
Man,
that up.
Come on, you
Give
guys.
us a like,
Yes.
and we will bless you.
With atheism.
With
Yes.
atheism.
Bless everyone who likes us.
Yeah.
We've now blessed you.
Yeah, see how great that is?
That's what they did.
You're welcome.
Alright.
All right. So once you drop a like, we will start the next chapter. No, I'm
No.
kidding. We can't possibly know that. So
No, share it, friends, family, neighbors, ex-girlfriends, right? Do all that.
yeah, do all that shit.
12
Oh, 12 likes. Cool.
likes.
Fantastic.
Wow.
Thank you guys.
It really works. We really just have to tell them what to do and they'll do it.
Wow, it's like propaganda works, guys.
Wow. $1 million.
We must be Joshua.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Woo! Anyways, chapter 3. And Joshua rose early in the morning, and they removed from Shittim, and came to Jordan, he and all the children of Israel, and lodged there before they passed over. And it came to pass after 3 days that the officers went through the host. And when they commanded the people, saying, when you see the ark of the covenant of the Lord your God, and the priests and the Levites bearing it, then you shall remove your place and go after it. Yet there shall be a space between you and it, about 2,000 cubits by measure. come not near unto it.
Now back to this cubits shit.
Yeah, that ye may not know the way that ye may know the way by which ye must go, for ye have not passed this way heretofore. Heretofore, Lawrence.
Yeah.
That's a phrase.
Means they haven't gone there before.
Yes, I know that they haven't gone there before, but why would you ever say heretofore?
Heretofore.
Because King James.
Yeah. King James was an idiot, man.
Okay, I don't think he personally wrote this.
Did he read it?
Maybe.
Maybe once.
Someone read it to him.
Someone read it to him. Yeah, that's possible.
And Joshua said unto...
Audiobook.
Audiobook.
Yeah. That was read to him.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
He had a good Alan Watts reading.
No, it was more of a
Squire. Or something.
No, it was you know what? I bet he had
Scribe.
no, what's his fucking name? Hugh Laurie read it to him.
Morgan Freeman.
Morgan Freeman, there you go.
Yeah. Anyways.
I was just trying to pick an English atheist. Go on.
And Joshua said unto the people, sanctify yourselves, for tomorrow the Lord will do wonders among you. And Joshua spake unto the priests, saying, take up the ark of the covenant, and pass over the people. And they took up the ark of the covenant, and went before the people. And the Lord said unto Joshua, this day will I begin to magnify thee in the sight of all Israel, that they may know that, as I was with Moses, so I will be with thee. So finally, they actually are going to get a reason to do what he says.
Wow.
And
watch it be the worst. Go on.
Yeah. And thou shalt command the priests that bear the ark of the covenant, saying, when ye are come... Oh!
Anti-socialist.
666. Woo!
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Congratulations.
That's the best number.
You won an animation.
You got it.
Yep.
Yep.
Thank you.
There it is. Yep. You got it. Thank you.
Yep, that's very cool. Very cool.
Very cool.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what was it? What was that? Trump saying it to Kanye, or was that just a meme, or was that a real thing he said?
No.
It's a thing people say.
No. I mean, like I didn't check if it was real or not because it really didn't matter. But there was like this meme.
Real, not real. What does it matter? It's very cool.
No, it's like Kanye tweeted something to Trump, and Trump was like, "Very cool, Kanye."
Yeah, that was real.
Mm.
And like people have been replacing what Kanye said with like childish stuff, like a picture that he drew or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah.
Love
Very
it.
cool, Kanye. Anyways, so they grabbed this ark, and the Lord said unto Joshua, this day will I begin to magnify thee in the sight of all Israel, that they may know that as I was with Moses, so I will be with thee. And thou shalt command the priests that bear the ark of the covenant, saying, when ye are come to the brink of the water of Jordan, ye shall stand still in Jordan. And Joshua said unto the children of Israel, come hither, and hear the words of the Lord your God. And Joshua said, hereby ye shall know that the living God is among you, and that he will without fail drive out from before you the Canaanites, and the Hittites, and the Hivites, and the Perizzites, and the Gerishites, and the Amasites,
Amorites.
the Amorites, and the Jebusites.
Oh, DV Cisco just donated.
Oh, thank you, DV
thank
Cisco.
Thank you, DV Cisco.
And we're going to drive out all those other people.
Wait, hold on. Driving out people, and then continue.
Behold!
Behold!
The ark of the covenant of the Lord of all the earth passeth over before you into Jordan. Now, therefore, take you 12 men out of the tribes of Israel, out of every tribe a man, and it shall come to pass, as soon as the soles of the feet of the priests that bear the ark of the Lord The Lord of all the earth shall rest in the waters of Jordan, that the waters of Jordan shall be cut off from the waters that come down from above, and they shall stand upon a heap.
What?
What?
Okay, so it's not raining from heaven anymore.
Wait,
it's
hold
just water
hold on, shut up.
on earth.
Okay, the Lord of all the earth shall rest in the waters of the Jordan. The waters of the Jordan shall be cut off from flowing, and the waters coming down from above shall stand in one heap? I'm not even sure what that means.
There's a lake now.
A lake, I guess. Sure, a lake, but all right.
There's gonna be a tornado that
Maybe if we keep reading, it'll help us understand this gibberish.
No.
maybe.
Let's find out.
And it came to pass.
I love how many beholds we got in the chat. Look at that. That's fantastic.
Excellent.
Yeah, that's
the
a
more
bunch of
beholds, the better. Thank you. Wait. Thank you, Antisocial Socialist, DB Cisco, OT, Jonah Epstein, Reese C, Slarty, Bart Fast, for beholding with
Yes,
us.
thank you for beholding with us. And remember, you can get your behold t-shirts on Teespring.
Yep, you can get a Behold t-shirt on Teespring.
Yep.
Alright.
And it came to pass, when the people removed from their tents to pass over Jordan, and the priests bearing the ark of the covenant before the people, and as they bear the ark and as they that bear the ark were come unto Jordan, and the feet of the priests that bear the ark were dipped in the brim of the water, for Jordan overfloweth all his banks all the time of harvest, that the waters which came down from above stood and rose up upon a heap, very far from the city of Adam.
Oh my god, that doesn't help at all.
Besides Zaratan.
Look at Lawrence.
And-
Look at Lawrence. He's just like, what? What's going on?
Oh, man.
Like, I was following it, and then it stopped making sense again.
So they stood up on a heap, right?
The water did.
Okay, let's continue. Is it like floating, or is it like a hill?
It's a heap.
It's a heap, right, but is
It's
that...
like a pile.
Yeah, like a pile of water?
Yeah, it's a pile of water.
You know, I thought that was impossible, but the Bible says it
Well,
can happen.
It's a miracle.
It's a miracle.
It's a miracle. Woo!
Gelatin's a miracle, guys.
What if it was just gelatin?
Well, then, yeah, I guess it could have just been a bunch of gelatin.
Yeah. They don't know what Jell-O is.
They're like, wow, look at all
Starch.
that water.
Look at that. Oh my god.
You take some vinegar and some baking soda, and you got a miracle.
Miracle.
Yep. Anyways, and those that came toward the sea of the plain, even the salt sea, failed, and were cut off, and the people passed over right against Jericho. So, and the priests that bear the ark of the covenant of the Lord stood firm on dry ground in the midst of Jordan, and all the Israelites passed over on dry ground until all the people were passed clean over Jordan. So, I can hear the Christian apologists already.
Can you?
Chapter 3 of Joshua establishes when God turns the Middle East into a desert.
Ooh.
Right?
Well, I mean, the entire thing isn't a desert.
Well,
Like,
you know, they used to be much more prosperous when they came out of Eden, but in doing this miracle, he stopped the flow of water to the area, and now it's a desert.
ooh.
Theory. I think that they just dropped the water level a bit so that they could cross the ford more easily.
I think that it
No,
probably
they
was.
stood on dry ground
Right.
while they were passing through.
Right. That means that they
Fucking-
dropped the water level a lot.
Well,
Fine, dry season.
look,
Fucking, it doesn't. None of this shit fucking
the
happened.
important thing is that he copies his He copies Moses's big miracle.
Yeah.
Of parting the Red Sea. Only
Right,
this time he does it in Jordan.
Right. Which is really interesting, actually. So it says, so here it's literally drying up, right?
Uh-huh.
What was the woman saying in the city about drying it up?
Yep. She was saying that was what happened in Egypt when that isn't what happened in Egypt. And now he's doing what she said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They changed history.
Good Bible study right here. This is what we do.
Bible study.
Yeah.
Yep. Joshua has already contradicted
Everything.
the most important aspects of Exodus.
Or a very big one.
Yeah.
Like the title of it.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyways, you're going to be reading the final chapter here. We're on Joshua chapter 4, not 3. But if you're enjoying the stream so far and you haven't yet, then share it around and...
Drop a like if you haven't.
Drop a like if you haven't.
All that good stuff. Okay.
But if you have, good job.
Thanks. All right. When all the nation had finished passing over the Jordan, the Lord said to Joshua, "Take 12 men from the people, from each tribe a man, and command them, saying, 'Take 12 stones from here out of the midst of the Jordan, from the very place where the priest's feet stood firmly, and bring them over with you, and lay them down in the place where you lodge tonight.'" So while they're in this dried up sea, right? Okay. So while there's this heap of water somewhere, they're grabbing stones from the bottom of this sea, or the river.
Well, they're making a magic circle.
Magic circle.
Well, it's wherever they stay tonight. Let's find out where they stay tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Then Joshua called the 12 men from the people of Israel, whom he had appointed, a man from each tribe. And Joshua said to them, "Pass on before the ark of the Lord your God into the midst of the Jordan, and take up each of you a stone upon his shoulder, according to the number of the tribes of the people of Israel, that this may be a sign among you. When your children ask in time to come, what do those stones mean to you? Then you shall tell them that the waters of the Jordan were cut off before the ark of the covenant of the Lord. When it passed over the Jordan, the waters of the Jordan were cut off. So these stones shall be to the people of Israel a memorial forever." Hooray. So they got these rocks, so somebody pointed this out already in the chat. Joshua didn't need a staff.
Mm-hmm.
And when, and here's a downfall of that, is kind of a switch here.
What happened to the rod of God?
I don't remember.
Moses had it.
He did.
And he went up the mountain.
Yeah.
Now the rod of God's on the mountain?
Buried with him, maybe?
Maybe it would... I don't know.
What happened? That sounds like a good mystery novel. What happened to the rod of God?
Oh, we should try and figure it out.
Yeah, we'll try to figure that out. Okay. Anyways, but he does need the ark.
Mm-hmm.
So he kind of replaces one
Magic item.
Yeah, one magic item with another.
And I mean, obviously the ark is more powerful than the rod of God, right?
I mean, presumably, because it's God's, home, the ark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're talking about, a handgun versus...
A bazooka.
Not a bazooka, something much more intense. A military naval vessel.
But, handguns are good, too.
Yeah. Either one will do the job.
Yeah.
One more than the other.
Yes, absolutely. And the people of Israel did just as Joshua commanded, and took up 12 stones out of the midst of the Jordan, according to the number of the tribes of the people of Israel, just as the Lord told Joshua.
Wow.
And they carried them over with them to the place where they lodged, and laid them down there. And Joshua set up 12 stones in the midst of the Jordan, in the place where the feet of the priests bearing the Ark of the Covenant had stood. And they are there to this day.
Where?
The rocks.
With the lodging places.
Are they talking about Stonehenge?
No.
Or
I highly
some
doubt it.
kind of a Stonehenge?
Maybe, but maybe it's scattered throughout.
Whoa.
So they're just stones that they scattered in
I don't
the
fucking
middle
know.
of the desert. That's of
Where-
course
wherever
they're
they're
there
staying.
to this day. They would get buried at some point. Like, how big are these stones?
Probably not that big because
I
they
mean,
have to
they're not
carry
like
them.
giant stones.
They're not like boulders,
Right.
But
We're not talking like superhumans who can carry these things around.
right, we're talking about one person carrying one stone.
Yeah. So, yeah, congratulations. You got some rocks buried over the course of a few months.
Amazing miracle.
A miracle. They're
Yeah.
still there to this day.
Whoa, rocks didn't move without some force acting on them? Holy shit!
Wow.
It's almost as if physics...
For the priests bearing the ark stood in the midst of the Jordan until everything was finished that the Lord commanded Joshua to tell the people, according to all that Moses had commanded Joshua. The people passed over in haste. And when all the people had finished passing over, the ark of the Lord and the priests passing over before the people. Damn. Shit caught my fucking throat.
Ew.
Yeah. It's pretty fucking nasty.
Hooray.
Thanks. The sons of Reuben and the sons of Gad and the half tribe of Manasseh passed over armed before the people of Israel, as Moses had told them. About 40,000 ready for war passed over before the Lord for battle to the plains of Jericho. On that day, the Lord exalted Joshua in the sight of all Israel, and they stood in awe. Then they stood in awe of him, just as they had stood in awe of Moses all the days of his life. And the Lord said to Joshua, "Command the priests bearing the ark of the testimony to come up out of the Jordan." So Joshua commanded the priests, "Come up out of the Jordan." And when the priests bearing the ark of the covenant of the Lord came up from the midst of the Jordan, and the soles of the priests' feet were lifted up on dry ground, the waters of the Jordan returned to their place and overflowed all its banks as before. So it wouldn't really be a desert because the water came back.
Yep.
Yeah.
And now the rocks are just underwater, I guess, so that's great.
The people came up out of the Jordan on the 10th day of the first month.
Ooh, someone sent a photo to Free Spirited Free Thinkers NSFW chat.
Yeah, it's probably a nude.
Probably.
Yeah. Where was I? And they encamped at Gilgal on the east border of Jericho. And those 12 stones, which they took out of the Jordan, Joshua set up at Gilgal. Okay, so 12 stones at Gilgal. That's what they did with them. And he said to the people of Israel, "When your children ask their fathers in times to come, 'What do these stones mean?' then you shall let your children know. Israel passed over this Jordan on dry ground, for the Lord your God dried up the waters of the Jordan for you until you passed over, as the Lord your God did to the Red Sea." But it's not what he did to the Red Sea, because the Red Sea was parted,
Right.
which he dried up for us until we passed over. So that
Not what happened.
Not what happened. So that all the people, like, it might be a translation thing,
Might be.
but I don't know. There is
But
a
then
difference
why would
there.
they use different words between... I mean, this is still the King James Version if they're using
Right.
the same word.
Right. I don't know.
Yeah.
Which he dried up for us until we passed over, so that all the peoples of the earth may know that the hand of the Lord is mighty, that you may fear the Lord your God forever.
Wow.
So that is
It's
chapter
horrible.
4.
Joshua's not a good guy.
No, he's not. I feel like Moses was nicer.
Moses was
Not really.
nicer.
I mean, Moses did a bunch of bad shit. Sure, I mean, he
He sounded nicer.
he killed a guy.
Yeah.
he did kill a
Sounded
guy,
like a guy.
and then he opened up a fucking chasm for people who disagreed with him.
Yep.
Yep.
Maybe Joshua is more of a cult of personality.
Well, you know, after Joshua is the judges.
Yeah.
And that is where things really start to go downhill.
Yeah. Remember, this is supposed to be, this is meant to be read as a history. It's not a history.
But it's actually, like, ethno-nationalist propaganda.
Yeah, it's so we can call it like historical fiction or a historical ethno-nationalist propaganda history.
Hooray!
Yeah.
It's a propaganda piece.
Yeah.
Hooray!
But that covers everything, doesn't it?
For today, yes, that is covering everything.
Wow, that's great.
Right.
We did it.
Well, yes, we did. All right, so we're almost at 52 episodes, by the way. So we've almost been doing this for about a year.
Yep.
Wow.
We haven't missed a week.
No, we have not. And I think we missed one, but we have made up for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyways, I like the amount of times it says like you're gonna wait 3 days. I'm gonna look into some of that stuff more. I think it's interesting. So, anyways, thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed the stream, please leave a like. It really helps us out.
Yeah, and if you manage to make us very wealthy and popular on the internet, we can finish this book faster.
I mean, probably. We'll just spend more time doing this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We could do like multiple days a week.
Yeah. And then are we going to have like Atheist Sunday School and then Atheist Monday School? And
Oh, no.
no.
No. God damn it, Lawrence. No. Sunday is Atheist Sunday School.
Right.
And Saturday is the Old Testament Power Hour. And
well, eventually it's going to be not the Old Testament.
okay, then Saturday is the Jewish Power Hour. And thank you, DB Cisco.
Yes. Thank you, DB Cisco. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. So Saturday will be the Jewish Power Hour. Then Monday can be like the Quran.
Mormon Mondays.
Mormon Mondays.
Oh, my God.
And we can do like traditional African tribal religion Tuesdays. Tribal Tuesdays.
You're crazy.
This sounds ridiculous.
Oh man, it would be nuts. It would be great.
That sounds like entirely too much.
Oh, yeah, go to the website or whatever.
Oh, yeah, the
Oh
website.
yeah, the website.
Oh my God, that's right. Okay, so on the website, MilwaukeeAtheist.com, we have a forum there so you can chat. There's been like some spam on it. We need to get rid of that spam.
There's spam on it now?
Yes,
The forum?
on the forum.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah, so we gotta get rid of that shit. It's just a bunch of like Russian ads for shit that doesn't matter.
You know, every time I go on Skype now, I have like 50 new contact requests from a whole bunch
People
of
who don't
Russians.
exist. Oh, yeah.
They all type in Krullik, and they're all like, Ruben, accept or decline. Wiccan Wednesdays.
That's good.
Yeah.
I like Wiccan Wednesdays.
Cool. All right.
Oh man.
Well, let's wrap it up.
Yeah, yeah. All right. So obviously, you know all of our shilling stuff. Patreon.
Patreon.
Yeah, we got a lot of
That's
great
right.
rewards on Patreon. All the links for that, or the links for everything, are in the description.
And Slavic.
Slavic B, I think.
Slavic B.
I
Yes.
Slavic B, oh, yeah.
You will be
I'll throw his name
receiving.
again real quick. Hold on.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go pin that comment right now, actually.
Slavic B.
You will be receiving your T-shirt soon.
Well, I'm gonna have to contact this guy, and then.
Then you'll get your T-shirt.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I have to get all the fucking information.
Yes, Lawrence.
Okay.
All right. You're not off stream yet.
All right.
right.
Well, thank you so much for joining us, guys, and we will see you next week.
And if you didn't enjoy the stream, well,
Why are you watching?
fuck off.